Hey YouTube, welcome back for another video, and we're talking about Proverbs 13:20 and 1 Corinthians 15:33. These two verses are in alignment with some of the things that I've been going through lately in the last 4 years, and it has been a slowly but surely journey of isolation, of going in and out of isolation, should I say, from hanging out with certain people, hanging out with certain friend groups, and really grasping the idea that you are the five, or you are the sum of the five people that you spend the most time with. And so I think it's super critical that in order to become your most, I don't want to say authentic self, I would say in order to become as close to Christ-like as you can possibly become. And I don't mean that as in treat yourself like you're your own God. I mean it more in a way that if you compare it to previous times in your life, you are being more Christ-like, and maybe your heart and mind have opened up to newer concepts, or diving into newfound information that makes you become more appreciative. It gives you the opportunity to view life in a different perspective. Of course, shifting from a nihilistic perspective to a positive and optimistic perspective. These two verses, they go hand in hand with, what I want to talk about today. And it's not, when someone told me in 2019, I think I was 20 or 19, I was 19 or 20. When someone told me that the friends that you have now aren't going to be the friends that you have 5 years from now, I thought they were ignorant, to say the least. I thought there was no way that the group of people that I was rolling with, there was no way there was going to become a moment where they, had betrayed me, or I just didn't see the people that I associate. And it wasn't just one friend group, it's just a collective of different people that are in your life, that they may all be linked together, they may not be, but in your world, this friend group here from this other city you used to live in, or whatever the case is, like, you have a lot of people that you associate with at that age that are just getting started with you. And it's not like you're meeting these people going through a certain journey. They peg you and they know you as the kind of person that you showed up to be in your life in that area with those people. So they're gonna always have if they're not, especially if they're not doing anything in their life, if they're not doing what they can possibly do to be a better man, to essentially follow God more. And even if you don't follow God, or meaning if you don't subscribe to any religion, I just have a hard time surrounding myself with people who like staying the same. And it's not a bad thing, because, well, I'm not going to get into why it's not a bad thing, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. But for me personally, for me personally, it's hard for me to stay the same. It's hard for me to want a normal life. And, that could be a number of things when you judge yourself. And if you feel the same way that I do, you might have to evaluate if you have any trauma, family trauma, just any kind of negative self-beliefs that are holding you back. And the reason why that those 5 people that you surround yourself with, and here's the big kicker. I was kind of getting off into a tangent, but here's the big kicker. When you look at yourself and you know that those 5 people that you surround yourself with the most, you're the average of those 5 people. Yet you still choose to hang around with the wrong people. And it could be because they've been there for you in the past. It could be for a number of reasons, but if these people are not where you want to be in life, I think it's worth asking yourself why you choose to still hang around these people. Why you choose to still make them a part of your life. And it's a question that you might struggle with. Might be hard to answer, but what's great is you might find that there is absolutely nobody that you can surround yourself with to be the man who you want to be. And that's just perfectly fine, because a lot of family members and a lot of friends who mean well, 2 things: they'll mean well forever, and then they'll mean well until you're really successful, or you start showing up with a new kind of energy of abundance. And then again, as I mentioned earlier, you get this feeling and energetic pull that they're trying to pull you back into the person you used to be, right there in front of you when you're talking to them, or you might have not seen them in a while and you come back and you're studying something, or you're into something else, or you got like a new vision, new goal. And of course, what do you do with your friends? You share those dreams, visions, and goals. At least that would be for my case. And then you kind of just, and like I said, I don't necessarily think that they are meaning to bring you down, but they might say little sly comments, and you just get this feeling, this energetic pull that you are trying to be pinned down to who you used to be. And so, all that being said, let me go into these 2 verses. The first one, again, is Proverbs 13:20. And reading out of the New International Version, I think that's what it's called. Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. And 1 Corinthians 15:33 is, do not be misled, bad company corrupts good character. And if you've got big goals, big dreams, big aspirations, there is no bigger killer than the people you hold close to you, because they might just shoot down your ideas and they don't even know it. And maybe they do know it. Some people are very intentional with how they manipulate you and how they try to come across. So it's certainly something to consider. I love these verses. I couldn't necessarily find anything about Jesus saying exactly anything about friends. I'm sure I need to dive a little bit deeper, but it was something it has been a topic that's been on my heart for a long time, and you just tend to see yourself going into isolation more because that's where you grow the most. Me personally, um, putting your head down, and if you have to put your phone on do not disturb, and you have to ignore some people, whatever you have to do to reset your mind and feel better, and pull back your energy. That's the whole theme of the video, is to stop letting people pin you as someone you're not, or someone you used to be. We're living here in the present, and we're not looking in the rearview mirror. But these the people, and I'm not talking about the people that genuinely love you and that you can keep in your circle. I'm talking about the people that you know that it's probably not best to go hang out with them. In your gut, this isn't, you just see, I mean, look at the results, guys, in your life. Look at the results. Look at these friendships, evaluate them. It's not always about what people can bring to you, but are these people growing with you, or are they just staying the same? Are they obsessed with being average, or are they obsessed with not being average, with going above and beyond what they think that they can do? And when you look at yourself and someone comes up to you with good news, a friend, someone random, if you genuinely feel in your heart, your mind, whatever, if you think to yourself, man, I gotta get with this, like, in terms of I got to get with this program. Like, I got to do what this guy's doing. Or, man, that's awesome. It's a positive feeling no matter what. Even if it's like someone who you might not like, and you hear about something good that they did or cool that they did, you're just like, man, that's awesome. You don't have any hate or jealousy at all. And so when you're like that, sometimes as a life lesson, you'll attract the opposite. I think I'll leave the video there. What are we at? 13 minutes. Maybe I'll keep going. I think that's really all I want to say about the topic, because it's pretty easy to see when you evaluate your life truly, if there is someone in your life who, they just bring you down. They just energetically bring you down. They pull on your energy, your attention, and it's just not fun to be around energy suckers. It's just not fun. You ever have a toxic, ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, for the ladies out there? You guys ever have that kind of relationship where you shouldn't go back, that you shouldn't, but there's some energetic pull, but it never ends up, it's not a good pull. It's not good. It's not good. And that is exactly what it's like with your friends and family too. It's not just with a partner. So really interesting stuff, because once you start to at least weed out the bad ones, and you go into a period of isolation and you don't even associate with anybody, not literally, but meaning you're not giving your energy, you're not thinking about people, you're not talking to people at home, you're not sending memes, you're not engaging with people, because exactly, you shouldn't even be scrolling through Instagram. But you guys get what I'm saying. It's like, cut yourself off from the world for a little bit, gain back your energy, reevaluate who's in your life, go from there. See what people need to just be dialed back a little bit, maybe dialed off. Maybe you need to cultivate a different kind of relationship with this person because you see so much potential in them as a human being and you're empathic and you love people. There's a slot for those people too, you know. There's a slot for people that you can potentially reach down and not necessarily save, but definitely lend a helping hand whenever you get to a point where you become bulletproof in terms of your finances as much as possible and you've got everything in order. It feels really good to give back. It's not necessarily a 10% tithe out of every check or something that's going to make you feel. What's going to make you feel good is when you put the mask on and then you save the kid and you put their mask on. And the only reason that you can secure the kid's mask is because you have yours on. And I'm talking about, you know, whenever the air mask popped or the oxygen mask popped down in the plane, whenever there's like a emergency landing or a crash or something like that. I think that's, you know, it's a metaphor, right? You get what I'm saying. Save yourself before you save other people. And because if you, for any of you guys who have tried to save a friend, a girl, a guy, whatever, don't you notice that if you had a power-up bar and there was a meter, when you're trying to save this person, you're like tapped out of your own energy. Like you already really need to heal. You need to heal a lot. And you're over here trying to give away battery power basically to another phone when your phone's not charged. It's just it's impossible. And that's why you see people crash out. You know, you see girls, you know, or, you know, girls or boys just abuse their partner, or they'll, whatever the case, you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. People crash out on each other, and that's how people get killed. That's how people get hurt. Domestic violence, just things you can totally avoid if you realize that you do have an energy bar. There's only so much energy that you can give out to people, and that these people dictate that bar of energy that you have, and the kind of energy that you have every day is affected by the people that you communicate with. You could have a solid morning routine, but if you have a good career, you know, solid morning routine, you're going to the gym, you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, but you got this nagging, just totally like this girlfriend who's bringing you down, and you know, she's always like checking your location and whatever the case is, like, you know, vice versa. You get what I'm saying? It's like, oh my goodness, like you got a total like this anchor, right? And that's what some people are. And if you're anything like me, you might find that there's 5 people that you surround yourself with the most that are in some way or some shape or form an anchor to the goals and the dreams that you have for yourself. A big piece of advice is to move out of your hometown. I've done it twice, ended up technically having to come back. I guess not really, but I would have ended up back here anyway. And I think it's my time to leave again and I'm really excited. I don't know exactly where I'm going to be moving to yet, but I would encourage you guys to make a change and every quarter, every month, every day, every morning, evaluate and give thanks to God for your life, but put your time to use because every day is certainly a huge blessing to be alive. So, guys, with that being said, evaluate the people that you hold closest to you because those people can make or break your mindset and your overall health, mental well-being. So, hope you guys have a good day, good weekend. Peace and blessings until the next time we speak. I kind of went off schedule a little bit this week because I am prepping this place so I can move. And yeah, guys, tune in with me. I'm gonna keep uploading. Leave a comment down below if you resonate with the video, and feel free to give your experience. I will comment back and appreciate you guys. I really do. Take care. Till next time.